Okay, so how to answer tell me about yourself. This is almost always the first question, and research shows interviewers form a gut impression in the first 30 seconds that influences the entire interview. So you can't afford to mess this up. And the reason why people fail this question is most people either ramble for 5 minutes about their life story, just recite their resume chronologically, or start with childhood or college, which is completely irrelevant, give a generic information that's forgettable, or don't connect this to the role. So, what we're going to talk about is the framework for present, past, and future. So, first, the present. This is a 60-second career story. It's laser focused on why you're perfect for this role. So, the first is the present, who you are. Start with your current role and one impressive qualified achievement. So, a template could be like, I'm currently a vice president at company X, where I'm responsible for talent acquisition, and we've grown the company by 200%. Right. Another example could be I'm currently a senior product manager at Tech Corp, where I lead our mobile app development over the last 2 years. I've launched three major features, including our redesigned checkout flow, which increased conversion rates by 34%, and so on, so on. Right. So that's just the present. Then we want to move on to the past. So, how you got here. Briefly explain your relevant background that led you to your current expertise. So focus only on experiences relevant to the role you're interviewing for, not everything and anything. So simple template is obviously before your current job. I briefly, I brief relevant background. This gave me skill X, Y, Z. Right. So another example could be um, before Tech Corp, I spent 4 years in various product roles at a startup that was acquired, which taught me how to ship fast uh, in ambiguous environments. I also did 2 years in consulting, which gave me a strong stakeholder management skills. So you see there that that's kind of bringing it all together in terms of the skills that you've learned and your past experiences. Then we want to move on to the future. Why this opportunity? So connect your story to the why. You want this specific job at this specific company. So I'm excited about this opportunity because specific reason. I believe my experience with relevant background positions me to bring value XYZ. So this would be something like, what excites me about this director of product role at your company is the scale. You have 5 million users and you're expanding internationally. My experience scaling products and launching in new markets is exactly what I love doing. And I see huge potential to make an impact here. And this, you know, if you want to bring it all together, this would be your 60-second pitch, right? On tell me about yourself. So we just repeat it again. You could say, I'm currently a marketing manager at ABC Corp, where I lead our digital campaigns. Last year, I launched a partnership program that generated 3.2 million in new pipeline and became our second highest lead source. So that's your current, right? Then, before ABC, I spent 4 years in various marketing roles, starting in social media and working my way up to campaign management. That progression gave me a well rounded foundation. I understand the full funnel from awareness to conversion, and I'm comfortable with both creative strategy and data analysis. So that talks about the past. And now we want to talk about the role, right? I'm excited about this director of marketing role because at an inflection point. You just raised Series B and you're scaling quickly. I've been through that hyper growth phase before, and I know how to build scalable systems while maintaining quality. I'd love to bring my B2B experience to help accelerate your growth in an enterprise segment. So what, 68, 70 seconds? It's tailored, it's compelling, it's memorable, it's structured, it's easy for you to remember as well. So what you're currently doing, what your past, and why the role. Simple. A bad example would be something like, well, I was born in Michigan and I've always been interested in technology, and I went to State University where I studied computer science. Though I changed major a couple of times after graduating in 2015, I worked at company A for 2 years, then company B for 3 years, then my current company. You have my resume, so you can see all the details. I've done a lot of different things over the years. I'm also really into traveling and hiking on the weekends. This starts with irrelevant information. So it's chronological, which lists doesn't have any achievements. You have my resume, then why do they need to ask you that question? Don't repeat something they can already see. The personal hobby is fine, but that's for later on, and there's no connection to the role. So it's important to customize this, the framework that I given, and you can use the same. You can't use the same answer for every interview, right? It has to be somewhat customized. So you want to adjust the future section for each company. So research what they care about, growth stage, mention their scaling experience. If they're innovation focused, mention their creativity R&D. If they're customer centric, mention customer success story. If they're struggling, if there's a struggling competitor, mention turnaround experience. So what you want to do is match your answers to what they need. And then what you want to do is you want to practice this, right? So write out your present, past, future answer. So your present and past can always be the same because that's always going to be the same. It's the future that you need to practice as well. Practice it out 10 times. Say it out 10 times. Literally, by the 10th time, 5 minutes into it, or sorry, 68 seconds. So, you know, yeah, you say it 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. Just repeat it again and again and again. Record yourself if you want to, because this is best, because then you can actually hear how you're sounding when you're projecting your voice, and then watch it. No filler words, no rambling, no freestyling randomly. Try to refine it to 60 to 90 seconds. Practice it until it's natural, not memorized. So you just remember the present, past, future. Okay, present, past, future. The practicing is just getting you into the rhythm of keeping your responses short and concise. You should be able to deliver this smoothly with enthusiasm, making eye contact without any notes. Now, the delivery is very, very important. You want to start strong with the first sentence, so it should grab attention. You want to smile because you want to show enthusiasm and you want your eye contact to be there at least 80% of the time. Don't be monotone, so have your raises and uh, your low points, and pause briefly between present, past, and future. So once you finish the present piece, pause for a second, 2 seconds. Your last sentence should show excitement, and so um, that will kind of bring about the positive inflection of why you're here, and just kind of keep the momentum going. You don't want to end on a low tone. So when it's done right, this answer should establish immediate credibility, right? Because you've given them the present, the past, and what you're looking for. It should show you're prepared and you're thoughtful, and you're immediately showing them that you're interested in the role and why you're interested in the role. So their next question is, why are you interested in the role? You've kind of already answered it. It creates interest. They want to hear more, and it positions you as a perfect fit. And then the last part is it sets a positive tone for the rest of the interview. So it's a great way to make a good first impression and make it count.